This is a training video for the Life series. We're just going to talk through the art of facilitation. The whole idea of Life is really to introduce people to Jesus. And, there's lots of things we could do, but this is what I think is probably the most important things. So the role of a Life facilitator, or a co-facilitator for that matter, is really just to steer conversation, to guide people through. You're a tour guide, basically. Here's a couple of things you should do. You should lead, but don't dominate. Don't dominate the conversation. You can start the conversation off, but then the idea is to get people to talk. And that will happen quite naturally over the 6 weeks. Secondly, know the topic of the evening. You've got your Life Series team guide that I'll supply everybody with. The whole idea here is that you have a read through the introduction and you familiarize yourself with what's expected of you. And then for each evening, make sure you do read the main aim of week 1, week 2, whatever week you're in, and you can confidently answer any questions. Create a safe space. Give people time. Allow for breathing room, especially when you're asking direct questions. Sometimes there'll be some silence. Don't be uncomfortable with that. Allow for silence. Fourthly, allow for any questions. There's no right or wrong questions. People come from different places, different understanding, and you want to create an environment where any question is absolutely fine. You do want to probe people gently. Sometimes you might have 1 or 2 quiet people in the group at your table. And for the first week or so, it's fine if they don't say anything. But at some point, you want to start engaging with them and encouraging them to answer any questions. One of the key abilities is to remember people's names and use their names. It does help. I know some of the facilitators actually write down the names and where people sit. You'll normally find people go back to their same seat. Here's a few things that you should not do. Don't be too vocal about any topic. Now, obviously, you'll have your own opinions, but the moment you share your opinion is the time where some people will just shut down and they don't want to contradict the leader of the table, so they just keep quiet. So rather hold back on any of your own opinions. Also, don't create the idea that you're the guru, that you know all the answers. Even if things are wrong and people are going down the wrong track, leave it to go for a little while. I'm not saying don't correct it. You can at the appropriate time, but you want to move away from the idea that you've got all the answers. Try not to give the correct Christian answer. There will be times where you'll probably need to. And also, if there's someone in your group that is a Christian that constantly comes up with the correct answer before anyone's spoken, you kind of want to dissuade that. And one of the ways you can do that is saying, okay, that's great that you think that. Is there anybody else that thinks differently? And just give permission for people to disagree. Fourthly, don't agree or disagree with people. If you're asked directly, I'm not saying don't give them what you think, but I think do that last of all. Because obviously once you've got a position and you hold a position, you're basically shutting it down any other conversations or anyone to disagree with that. Don't allow one person to dominate the group. You normally get it at a table where somebody likes talking, they like to share their ideas, which is absolutely fine. But the moment they become too dominant, you'll find the other group members or the other people at the table will start shutting down. And that then works against what we're trying to do with the Life series. A key ability here is to keep conversations flowing, keeping it natural, and again, not allowing one person or 2 people to dominate. What is your goal? Well, a desired outcome, if you're facilitating well, is to create a good group dynamic that is warm, that's inviting. People are naturally remembering each other's names, their body language is relaxed, and they're just enjoying their time that they spend at life, especially the discussion points. Your second desired outcome is to help people think through the topic of the evening. You're going to get times where people wander off the topic, and that's fine for a while, but you want to carefully bring them back to the topic of the evening, and keep them focused on that. And then thirdly, you're really there to build relationships between the attendees and between yourself and the attendees. So if nothing else, just create good relationships. Fourthly, connect with people where they're at. We might have people with Catholic backgrounds, people with no religious affiliation whatsoever. Just try to meet people where they're at and appreciate them for who they are. And then 5, show love and respect to everybody. The reason I've asked you to come and facilitate at Life is because you do exactly that. So just be yourself, really. A couple of key abilities for a Life facilitator: be nice, be friendly, and be patient. And that's really all there is to it. Obviously, we could go into lots of different aspects, but I think that's the basic overview. Know what you're talking about, know the topic of the evening, keep the conversations flowing, allow for any questions, and just be nice, be friendly and be patient, and enjoy yourself. Look forward to seeing you there. Cheers.